Hello and welcome to your full moon in Libra, April 11th and 12th reading. Now the full moon in Libra is a really important one for us because, first of all, full moon in Libra talks about our relationships, and because the moon has to do with our feelings, the emotions coming up from the inside, that plus relationships, you can already tell that's a very interesting mix there. And because Jupiter is aspecting the moon at the same time, everything is magnified. So I think we're in for quite a ride if we're not aware of what's going on and if we don't do anything about it. But that's why we have the cards. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask the cards how we can deal with these energies of balance in our relationships. You know, Libra is about relationships, and especially the balance between those relationships. Not only our love relationships, but, you know, relationships with anyone who's in our life. It can be your boss at work, it can be your coworker, it can be anyone who you're dealing with every day, your mother, your father, your family, your friends, your spouse, your children. So we're going to look at different areas in our lives, and we're going to see what advice the cards can give us. So I'm going to look at, first of all, work relationships, second, love, and third, family and friends. So I'm just shuffling here, and I chose a significator this time. A very important technique if you want to focus on something, and of course it's justice. It's the justice card because this is the Libra card. This is about balancing, about looking at things, bringing things, making things right? So this will be our significator, so we can focus on the full moon in Libra here. And, oh, one card flew out. No, that doesn't count. And I'm going to start with the readings now. Hello, Scorpio. I'm going to do your reading now. So are you ready to see what you should focus on regarding your relationships this full moon? I'm almost ready here. I've been shuffling for quite a while, Scorpio, to make sure that the right cards... Oh, okay. You see, my hand won't come up, so this is the right one. Okay. Scorpio, this is for you regarding work. This is you. So, what are you sad about concerning work? This full moon, if you think about your work relationships, perhaps you've lost something. Perhaps you've had to move on to a new job. Perhaps you're kind of grieving over your old job. Perhaps there's something you feel sad about concerning your relationships at work. It could be a job, it could be a person, it could be something in your job, a program, a social media platform, anything like that, and it'll come to you why you're feeling so sad about this. So let's see what you can do about it. All right, this is the advice card. The Five of Swords, Scorpio. Wow. The Five of Swords. This is the advice card. Very, very interesting. Scorpio. Wow. I'll come back to that. I'll let that marinate a little while. I want to see how the other cards come out before I talk about this card, okay? All right, Scorpio. Next one, your situation regarding love in this full moon. The Three of Swords reversed. Here you go. So, it looks like the pain is easing up, Scorpio. The pain that you've been feeling, that deep hurt regarding a relationship, is easing up this full moon. So whatever it was that made you feel like this, you know, is getting better. And it'll be a chance for you to come out of this. And let's see your advice card for this one. Page of Pentacles. All right. Here you go. And the advice here, I think, is very clear. you've had a lot of pain and you're overcoming it. And what will help you is focusing on something new. You see the page here. He's discovered a new treasure and he's really intrigued by it. He's focusing on it. So, Scorpio, just find that new point of interest. Maybe it's in the same relationship that you had to feel this pain. Maybe it's a new one. We're talking about love relationships here. But this is about focusing on a beautiful, fresh, new aspect in your relationship. Focusing on that gem that you have that can really transcend the hurt, okay? The Page of Pentacles is kind of like reborn. He's new. He's newly discovering what this wonderful thing is that he has here. Like, oh, what's this? He's completely focused and absorbed by it, that he's kind of letting everything else fall aside. Letting this fall aside by concentrating on your beautiful, new little gem that you have. So do that, Scorpio. This full moon will be a good time to do it. I haven't forgotten the other card. I'm going to come to that in a moment. Now, the next one is you regarding family and friends. The Seven of Cups reversed. Okay. You're feeling a little bit paralyzed and you can't make a decision regarding a situation with your family or very good close friends. All right. This is the card of finding it impossible to make that decision that you have to make and feeling like, I don't know what to do. All right. So that will be coming out strong this full moon. And what can you do about this paralysis? King of Pentacles. Okay. King of Pentacles here. So this is very interesting. Let's see. Not being able to make the decision here. And the advice, King of Pentacles. And I feel that this is actually you. This is not someone else. This is that part of you that is really wise and grounded and can make good decisions, but not spontaneously. This is someone who makes his decision in a measured way. He makes his decisions after having worked and thought and taking a safe, not necessarily, an easy decision, but taking that option, which is a safe one, which is a grounded one, which really makes sense. So maybe whatever you can't make the decision on, focus on the options that you have and see which feels the most safe, which feels the most logical, the most grounded, which makes most sense. So helping you make that decision with the energy of the King of Pentacles, that might help you now in this full moon. Now, this card with your work is a very interesting one, because what I got is that you are this person, Scorpio, in the Five of Swords. You're the person here who is taking from the others, who's like being a little bit of the powerful one, being a little bit of a bully. Okay, so I would say the message here is, instead of being dejected, take some action, step into your power, take what's yours. Don't let yourself be pushed under. Sometimes you have to fight for your right a little bit, and sometimes, we all, of course, want to make the world a better place and work on the principles of love, but sometimes, we have to be strong and take a stand and really push whatever we want in life. We have to push that, even if it means that you feel that others are being not treated fairly. But the workplace is a harsh one, and I'm not saying go and do mean things, but Scorpio, I'm saying, like, don't back down on this one. Right? Whatever's making you feel like making you feel that loss, it's not time to like bury your head in the sand and just kind of go within. You have to go out there and fight for your right a little bit. Take what's yours, okay? Don't let them take it from you. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to let you see this. So, again, this has been a very interesting reading. Scorpio, not a single full moon reading has been easy and light. So this full moon is really bringing out those, you know, those deep buried things and bringing them to the surface. And with you especially, I mean, these are pretty heavy cards. You know, this heartache, that really deep hurt that you've had, that you'll be able to release by focusing on something beautiful and new. You know, that paralysis of decision, something where you're stuck at, that this full moon is really the time to make a very good, informed, solid decision about that. You can make the decision, and just looking at that King of Pentacles, taking in that energy, making that decision. And then in the workplace, you know, it's of course you have to allow yourself to grieve and be sad and, you know, look at what you've lost. But in this case, you have to take what's yours and be proactive. Even if it means chopping off a few heads. I'm sorry, but, you know, sometimes we have to be strong, Scorpio, all right? So I hope this makes sense to you. And I mean, the full moon is still coming up, so when these issues, when these themes come up, you'll be a little prepared, and perhaps this will help you, you know, take that step towards making the right decision. Thank you, Scorpio. I wish you luck and success in this full moon phase. I'm Natasha, your Queen of Wands. Thank you very much. Love and light to you.